like,
I'm
hold on.
selling already, bro. I'm selling already. But we live, Tariq. We are live. Another Restless Wrestling in the afternoon, late night edition. Sometimes we gotta, if The Rock can announce he late, we can announce we late. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think
Facts,
it's only
facts.
fair. It's only fair. Um,
Life be
so
lifing.
life be life and life be life. But glad we here. Glad we get to be in front of everybody. And Tariq, let the people know how you feeling. And how was your day today?
Feeling good, man. Pretty good week. Had a good day. We got another dub. Boys is 5-1.
Mm,
Like, I was nice today, so I was like, you know what? Pull my starters for the last 3 minutes of the third, whole fourth.
okay.
Let the bench get in there, get some run. We end up winning by like 30. I think it was 29-59. My starter's like, let us back in, let us get to 80. I'm like, no. It's like,
We cooler.
you're not about to send these,
Sportsmanship.
I'm about to send them home. Then about to send these kids home sad. Fuck the whole Saturday up. So I was like, nah. I was like, y'all got next week.
Right.
The team we play next week is the only team that's been close to us. So bust their ass next week, and I'll let y'all run it up. They was like, bet.
Okay. So good compromise right there. That's all you need with the kids.
For real though. But yeah, when I seen Captain America, that shit was straight. When I seen that with the family, my brother in there knocked the fuck out.
He was asleep.
Sleep.
Man,
Like
I
put
was
the
there.
jacket over his head in there snoring. I said, I touched my sister, I said, look at bro. She said. Then at the end of the movie, wake his ass up because everybody leaving. He like, why y'all ain't wake me up? Nigga.
Bruh, you should have been up.
I said, hell no, bro. I said, bro, you got cozy to go to sleep. Your ass was trying to sleep. Fuck all that.
For real though.
He said, yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad.
At
I
that, yeah,
said,
he definitely,
could have been me, bro. Went to sleep on the black Captain America, man. That shit crazy. It's
during
honestly
Black
very
History Month, I
anti-black
feel
in
like
him.
that's highly disrespectful.
Very anti-black in him. Just saying.
That is very disrespectful in my eyes. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck.
I'm not here for it. Not here for the Wade either. But
Hey,
that's all
look,
good. Uh,
the movie was straight. I feel like the movie was overhated,
yeah,
bro. Like
it
the
definitely
Captain
was.
America movie, definitely. I feel like, look, the first thing I texted everybody when they asked me how it was we got a Cap. Like we got a
Yeah.
Captain America. He made me feel like, okay, I can rock with you, bro, for the future. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I was glazed in the theater. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm a huge Hulk fan. Not without spoiling the movie for anybody. Seeing him move the way he was moving, Red Hulk was moving the way he was moving. I said, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like this. I like what I'm seeing. So I think the movie was
Mm-hmm.
overhated. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
It be like that.
I didn't really see too much reviews on it because I was trying not to see anything before the movie, but I think I think people are always gonna naturally like dislike things when it's a black led character, when it's specifically been a white character for its like entirety of its like like when they was talking about doing a black Superman and all this other stuff. People like even when they did a black Ariel with Chloe or Halle, people had felt a way about it before the movie came out. So it's like really it's just people gotta stop being weird and just trying to like gatekeep shit. Like I think the movie was exactly what it was supposed to be. I mean, it's Captain America, so it's got to be something along those lines. I
Right.
think it was good. I think Anthony Mackie did a good job of portraying the character. Um, I think the way that they're portraying the character is better than Steve Rogers, just because I mean it makes more sense that way.
I feel like you are definitely correct when you talk about black led characters. I'm trying to think of another character that maybe it would be like that, um, but yeah, you're right. The last one I can't think of is a Little Mermaid situation, and there was a huge outrage with
Yeah,
that. And the movie ended up
she
being great. I loved the movie. I thought the movie was good. So
I actually didn't see it, but I don't watch those kind of movies, so I can't say
I
that's
just
why I
say,
didn't
you
watch
know what, my mom Dukes. I gotta watch the movies with my mom Dukes. I gotta take one for the team. But it was good. It's one of the movies where I walked in where I was like, she making me watch this, and I walked out where I was like, could have been worse.
it. It's a good
So
movie. Yeah,
good
good
movie.
movie.
So I liked it. good cinema, and that's what wrestling has been recently for me is good cinema. We popped out to Monday Night Raw in Charlotte, as
Yeah,
y'all know, the 14th Monday Night Raw in Charlotte that has ever been, which is kind of crazy. I seen that stat, I was like, dang, y'all ain't been in Charlotte too much. Like in the history of WWE, y'all ain't been in Charlotte
yeah, that's
14
kind of
times.
crazy.
Yeah, so
That's
I was
kind of
like,
crazy.
y'all ain't showing no love to the city, but the city. I was seeing people tweet about the city. I'm not gonna lie, I was proud of that.
And yeah,
People saying the Raw crowd was lit in Charlotte. They said the crowd
I
was
did see
live.
that.
So shout out to us putting on for the people though. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoyed it, man. It was good wrestling. I saw a lot of good wrestling though. I didn't see no BS really that was going
That's a
on.
fact. That's a fact. You could have seen a little bit more, but that's okay.
I could have seen a little bit more wrestling. I think the coolest thing I saw personally was maybe Gunther coming through the crowd. I didn't expect that.
Mm,
That was kind of like, oh, like
yeah,
damn. Especially because I got
I
yoked because I really
I
thought
was
Jay was
mad
coming
low
out.
key. I was
Yeah,
mad low key because I ordered my food and it was coming. Like it was coming to the door, and then Gunther like was about to start talking his trash. I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna miss out." Like on the first like 30, 40 seconds of what he's saying, I came back and he was just like, he started talking shit to the little kid, and I was like, "Damn!" I
bro.
was like, I missed that whole little 40-second
He had me
spill.
crying, bro. He had me crying. He said it stank up here. I said, oh my god. And I looked at Jew. Shout out my lady. If you don't know who Jew is by this time, it's my girlfriend. But I looked at her. I said, it probably do. I was like, it probably do stink over there. I don't care. so, so it was just funny, bro. Like it
He
was
said, "Yeah, I
funny.
already know them niggas think of them."
Man, I was like, I know they smell like, our seats was cool. We was right on the WrestleMania sign, and we was right there, like where the WrestleMania, not the WrestleMania, but the where they be taking place the interviews for like I guess the UK because they don't really get ads, so I think they be doing that stuff for the UK. So I saw a
Yeah,
bunch of wrestlers behind me, like Dakota Kai came up there, Kaiser came up there, Bailey came up there.
I was searching.
You wouldn't have saw
Like
me. You
every
could see
time they went to
Drew.
the comment, yeah.
You could see
Every
Drew.
time I
You
went to
can't
the
see
comment,
me.
I'm like, and I even told Bryce because we had to record a I think it was I can't remember if it was a preview or a recap. We had to record a video, and I was like, we gotta hurry up because I gotta lock in, see if my dog back there. I said
Man,
I gotta look for black and white because I gotta look for my dog and I gotta look for somebody white next to him. That's
yeah,
how I'm gonna find
yeah.
him.
I ended up finding us, bro. I ended up zooming in on the cam, and I was like, "This ass." You can see Drew. You can't really see me. Like it's dark back there, so I was like, "It's ass." But
That's
you can
the
see,
thing. It was hella dark in the like. Besides the first like 3, 4 rows, then it was just
yeah,
like
it
dark.
was
I'm
hella
like,
dark.
damn, where the lighting at?
It was hella dark, and funny enough, I caught it. I caught where we was when Jay came out because you could just see Drew back there talking. I was like, I zoomed in. I said, I caught you. You a fan. You a fan. But she loved. Now that she's been to both shows, she concretely said who her favorite wrestlers were. So she said that she's officially Jay and Cody gang. So I said, you know what, you
Mm.
got it. I said you ain't seen enough OTC to be a fan, so that's okay. I was
Hey,
upset. I said,
tell him to show up.
but
Shit.
the crazy part is, I told you, I said he showed up when we went. That's crazy. Like he don't show up. He showed up when we went. So I'm surprised, but she loved Cody though, bro. It ain't.
Cause Cody there weekly.
It's just Cody got it's the theme, the
It's
pyro,
definitely the theme.
it's the aura, bro. It's the aura, like it
Hmm.
captivates you. That's why Jay so lit. Cause like if you don't watch wrestling and you come into a show, seeing everybody act the way they act when Brock come out, you're
Yeah.
automatically gonna be like this fun.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I kind of assumed that, but it was definitely lit. It was definitely lit. Hopefully we can make it to a PLE, bro. Like I want to go to a PLE pretty bad. I just don't know which one I want to go to. Like if they have Bad Blood in Atlanta again, I might pop out, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be
Them
tough.
tickets
That'd be
be
tough for
expensive.
sure. I was about to say MPLE tickets.
Yeah, they
They
outrageous.
they kind of
They
crazy
outrageous.
right
Like
now.
Raw and
So
SmackDown already outrageous, but
facts.
they real
Yeah, y'all got
outrageous.
it, bro. I'll just watch it on the TV. Fuck it.
Oh me, the Peacock work. That's all I can think.
For real.
Like, hey, I can stream that, but
Damn.
we about to get into it, y'all. We talked about ourselves for a little smooth 10 minutes, but it is what it is. We moving on. We're gonna talk about. We're just gonna jump into things we're not feeling. Look, me and Reek, like I said, we don't. We told y'all week after week after week after week. We not just these regular co-hosts where we don't talk to each other throughout the week and prep for the show and be here. We actually watch wrestling and text each other about it and be like, "This shit trash" or "This shit lit."
Facts.
And unfortunately, there was some trash moments. Not on Monday, but on Friday, yesterday, it was some trash moments in there. But um, so y'all know our first segment, our favorite segment of the week. We gotta pull that thing up. It is. Sorry.
I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it. Read. I'm gonna start because I feel like I'm not feeling it. There's some things I'm not feeling, but it might not be as big as your main rant, and that's what we really waiting on. So, my not feeling it is type slight. Um, it's something I'm seeing on Twitter, some discourse I'm seeing on Twitter that's not even really wrestling. It's wrestling related, but not really. It's really more of y'all turning on Santi's app, bro. Like, what's going on?
You turn on Santi's app?
They turning on Santi's app. They starting to say, bro, cringe, and his reactions are forced. I said that's crazy.
No, not my
I'm not
dog.
feeling that. I'm not feeling that, bro. Santi, my dog, and I hope
Yeah, I rocks with Santi.
you see this, Santi. We rocks with you over here at Restless Wrestling, bro. Like, I mean, people saying that he started. Some people saying Tariq that he only started reacting to wrestling whenever it was blowing up, etc., etc. Well, that's just hating. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just hating,
Yeah,
clowning on the success that my man's has gained, and it's unfortunate, bro. What Twitter will do to you when you up, or anybody will do to you when you up. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling the discourse right now. I'm not going for it. Now I understand the other buddy though, the dude that they used to react with. They got I
yeah.
understand. But Santi though,
That's completely no. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding this, man.
Sorry, I'm enamored right now because Collision just started and Tony was getting getting dragged by Mariah. I'm tired of
Oh,
watching her
really?
get dragged by Mariah. Off rip. Oh my god. She just piled over on the stage.
You know they got
No,
static though, so
it's not even 2 minutes in yet. You
yeah,
said
you
what?
know how they get down. You know how they
Two
get down
minutes
over there,
in?
AEW. They dropping folks on heads.
It looked like he
Um,
killed her. She looked like she dead. Oh my god, what's she dragging her? Oh Lord, to the spotlight. Oh, that's crazy.
hey, look though,
I love this robbery.
I'm gonna go ahead and say something else that I'm not feeling though. I don't know if I'm really feeling the Ricky Saints. You know what I'm saying? The name. I don't know if I'm really feeling that yet.
Mm,
I'm not hating yet, but I don't know if it fit. Like Ricky Starks just fit. I know he probably couldn't use it, but Ricky Saints ain't feeling like. I guess I'm
yeah,
about to say what he
I
do
can see
with
what
it.
you mean.
I
I was
don't
about to
know.
say, I
It,
feel
it
like
threw
you
me
have to
off.
hear him like say it and like throw it in promos and stuff because we still haven't heard him say it
Right.
or really the only person we heard say it was Big Joseph and
And it
he
didn't
ain't got
sound
that
right coming off. It didn't sound
exact.
right.
Now I think I mean I seen some people say that like he's from New Orleans so like it's a touch back to that but I'm like okay like I'm just kind of doing like a wait and see thing because like I feel like whatever the name was gonna be it was gonna be weird at first just because he's literally changing his last name that he's been going with since he started. But it's
Right.
like I'm gonna see what it like how it sounds and how it feels over the next couple of weeks. But like it does suck that like when people go to different companies and stuff, they can't always use their names and stuff like that. It's like
Right.
it's just
That's like
I don't know.
really
It's
if like
just
Kenny
business is
Omega
so
came to
petty.
WWE and he had to be like
Yeah,
Petty Alpha. I'd be like,
right.
dog,
The hell is
what?
that? Like you might as well just go back to AEW at that.
Like, like, bro,
MJF can't be MJF. He got to be Maxwell Jacob something else like
like,
MJW. What the fuck is that, man?
I be pissed, bro. Like I was seeing him do his little thing. He was doing his little thing, and bro was like Ricky safe. I was like, ah. I said, I don't know. I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm feeling that game. I'm gonna let it marinate, Reek, but I don't know if I was
Yeah,
feeling it for real.
I
Like,
feel you. I feel you.
but I do like him as a wrestler, and I did some digging. That's why I was on Twitter sending y'all like some of his old promos, bro. I was like, bro, he low key got me weak. Like he real good. He's tough. So I can't wait to see what he do in NXT. I don't know how long he's gonna be in NXT. I mean, I
I
feel
think
like
long enough to like get a championship, hold it for a little bit, and then he going up. I don't think he's gonna be there that long.
yeah, he can't be there that long, right?
Because it'd be hard to put him up right now during WrestleMania season. It'd be kind of pointless.
Right.
So I think
Be
he'll
also
be
cold.
like maybe like around SummerSlam or after SummerSlam. Give him a couple months in NXT,
Damn,
get his
damn,
name up.
damn.
Yeah, I don't know because that's like 4 or 5 months. So it really just depends. I
I mean, they're
guess
giving
depends
him
on
a
what they
good
want to.
first feud though.
Yeah, I would say it depends on what they want to do. Is like how many guys do they want to see him in the ring with? Because they are lacking in like legitimate male talent right now. So like it'll make sense to keep him down there just for a little bit while you try to build up some other guys.
Right.
But it's gonna be kind of it's gonna be hard to
Overkill.
keep him down there that long,
Right.
just because he's gonna be a star if they use him properly when he gets to the main roster. Like his charisma is just different, bro. And the way he talks, you could tell it's him talking.
But like I said, I've never seen somebody be told that they built like an air fryer, let alone on national TV, let alone one of the legends of the
He
game.
built like an air fryer.
You know what I'm saying? Let alone you not even up there in the game yet. Like you just out there trying to get it out the mud, and you talking to them like
Yeah,
that. So you know they felt some type of way. Like, but I do hate it.
yeah.
It's lame that his career got derailed a little bit because folks essentially was hating. So
Cope
Cope was hating.
couldn't take a little joke, but that's okay. And they call everybody now sensitive, but it's the old heads that be the first ones to be throwing shots, and they was the main ones holding people back in the day. So who's really the most sensitive era? It's my question. Because
If
you
they
don't
dealt
hear
with the
stories
'90s,
today. You don't hear stories today about young people like holding other people back. Like I don't hear nothing about Roman holding people back, Cody, Seth, but shit. We hear it all the time about Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Triple H, and Cena, not Cena, but Orton. Like other guys just like, nah, I ain't rocking with bro. And they like, all right, they push the rail. You don't see that today. Ain't nobody going in the back and like, bro, trash. Like, get him out of here. Or she trash. Get
you
her
know,
out of here.
people
Like,
today all about that. Like, I mean, we seen it, bro. We see it now. We seeing it now. And this is why I
mm-hmm,
feel like I love this specific old head so much. It's CM Punk, bro. Because he came back to the
mm-hmm,
WWE. He said he just trying to make his money. And not only is he trying to make his money, he telling the dudes that he made the money with, like, I ain't gotta like you. We just gotta make this money. But he's also helping out the younger generation. Like he's
mm-hmm.
always in NXT, always working out with them, helping them.
Yeah,
And most people that you talk to on NXT, oh, my favorite wrestler was CM Punk. So it's like
mm-hmm,
those are one of the cooler old heads, and I think it's funny how he was always a scapegoat, like for being a toxic person, and now we get to
mm-hmm.
see in full landscape
Yeah.
who else is toxic.
Especially like the way he left AEW, like the two incidents, which a lot of people on his side for. So it's like there's obviously the AEW, like the heavy AEW crowd that are like, oh, CM Punk was this and that. But for the most part, everybody look at it kind of objectively and be like, either like in reality, everybody played a part in it. And,
Right,
you can't blame just one person, whether it be this side or the other. So I think he's definitely like changed the narrative around him since he's come back to WWE, I would say. But going into it, people was definitely like skeptical, like all right, bro, like he just did this like not that long ago, and y'all are doing better than y'all have done in a long time. If you bring this in and he messes it up, y'all gonna be looking kind of crazy. So they
right.
bet on him, he bet on himself, and it's paying off so far.
It's paying off so far. Well, good for them. Good for Punk. Good for the WWE. good for AEW too because I mean they were definitely making some petty moves like that happening and then
Hmm.
airing the footage of it happening. But ever since then, it's kind of been in the past for AEW. I'm not saying they over the
Hmm.
water yet, but it's looking better over there. At least in a lot of parts. But
Hmm.
obviously every company got their problems. I mean, but you know they're still around, and that's all we can ask for. Another
Agreed.
once again another wrestling outlet that we can go to outside of WWE because we never had that before really. I mean we did, but it was hard
Facts.
to get to it. Um,
Right.
so with that being said, I mean, what else are you not feeling? I mean, are we jumping straight to the Rock?
I got one thing beforehand. Uh, how long? And I feel like I say this every week, but how damn long do we have to wait for this Jay story? Like y'all literally told us Monday Adam Pearce is gonna talk to him. Even if he didn't show him the video, he should have at least had a conversation. He didn't even have a conversation. There was a TV behind them. Nothing. Then we get Naomi Live last night, which had to be moved, which for because of what I'm about to talk about after this. But they had Liv and Raquel jumped in. Then that was it. Nothing else. So it's like, but they also said that they hadn't talked to, like, Jay hasn't answered none of their texts because she's been like working on rehabbing and shit. But they're like, at the same time, like, Jay been on social media, so like that don't really make sense. So at this point, I think it's both of them. But if it's both of them, then like, how does Jay combat two different people? Who's supposed to help her? Because at this point, it don't make sense for it to be just one of them. I feel like
I mean, I feel like
they didn't wait it so long. If it wasn't both of them, whoever it's not is a terrible friend and a terrible partner. If it's Bianca, because there's no way it takes you 4 months to figure out what happened to me when we're in the age of technology.
I just find it weird that people on their TikToks talking about some Jay got CT dead. Bro, that's so funny, bro. Because it's like, bro, I know y'all see that, bro. Like, I know y'all see that. Like,
Yeah.
we all wondering, bro. And then I feel like all this either capped or it was a mistake, bro. Because he literally
Hmm.
said bar for bar, like, he said, Bianca was like, okay, we finally saw who did it. We finally saw it. He said, no, we just seeing the end of it. Adam Pearce got the full clip. I'm thinking, sitting in my seat on Raw. I'm like, okay, we finna see the clip. Adam Pearce got the full clip. Let's see the clip. They come out and just go beat up Liv and Raquel, and I'm just like, this is a swerve, bro. Like, there's no way this not a like. It has to be a swerve because there's no way that we waited this long for it to just be Liv and Raquel.
Yeah, there's no way. But at the same time, if it's not them, why would they have not said it's not them? Like, it doesn't make sense to be like, and if it was, no, it's just not y'all. Like, that doesn't make sense either. Like, living the type of person to try to take credit for some machine you do,
Right.
like, that just don't make sense to me. So it's like, and it's not like they can be, like, oh, we was in cahoots, because that don't even make sense. Because at that point, like, what the hell are we doing for real? So I'm just like,
I'm about ready
because
to say it was the
I
Pure
don't know
Fusion
what this shit's
Collective,
gonna be
and
like.
then they Shorty
Oh
got fired.
hell no,
Hey, look, and Shorty got fired, so that story just done.
hell, bro, I tweak, I would crash out if that was it. I might
Nah,
not watch for like 2 weeks. For real,
that's
for real.
all troll. That's all troll. But for real, I mean, I think Naomi and Bianca doing a great job of acting because like they for
Yeah.
real like it ain't like they're in a room and they're talking about it and both of them are like one of them is like
Hmm.
acting shady. They're both like, nah, we ain't do nothing. Like we trying to find out who did it. So I'm really like confused. Like we
Yeah.
not gonna know till Jay come back, but we don't know when she's
Like,
coming
I feel
back.
like they're just trying to milk this tag team. If it's not both of them, I feel like they're trying to milk this tag team as long as they can. Because I think what part of the issue was is this tag team is doing much better than they thought it was going to.
Right.
Or like the crowd is receiving it way more than they thought they were going to. And they got to choose which one it is. Like, obviously, they already have footage, but at this point, it's like, all right, which one would we rather it be? Like, because
So Naomi.
if it's Naomi, then what do you do going into WrestleMania? Because it's not like you can just turn it into a triple threat if it's just one of them. Like, that's just kind of weird. But then you don't. Are we doing Naomi versus Jade at WrestleMania? That's why I thought it was gonna happen already. Like, unless it was Bianca and Jade is the only thing that makes sense. But both of them being in an elimination chamber and having a tag team match this week or tag team championship match this week, something has gotta happen in one of those two because it's just not making sense. Like, it's really not. Because people are like, "Oh, book Rhea and Bianca," and I'm like, "Okay, so we just completely forgetting about the Jade thing? Like, is Jade just like never coming back? Like, what's the plan here? Like, I'm just genuinely confused. So I don't know, man. They're pushing it so far back that it's like each week that goes by, it's like I don't want to say I'm getting less and less interested. It's just like I'm getting more and more frustrated with the story more than anything. It's not making me more excited to figure out what
Well,
happened. It's
I
like,
mean, I'm just
damn, can
keeping
we
it in the
finally
book.
figure it out?
Yeah, I'm keeping it in the book. Like I'm getting less interested because at this point we wanted Bianca and Jade. We've been wondering how y'all are gonna get there, and the fact that we just thought it was gonna be a straight heel turn. I mean, bro, y'all could have kept it with that, and we would have been happy, bro. We just wanted the match. If it's Naomi, I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, I mean, the match would be fine. I think it'd be a good match, but that ain't what we asked for. I'm just keeping it a stack. We didn't ask for Naomi in a Jade match at WrestleMania. Like, I'm fine with it if it happens once again,
Hmm.
but it's like
Yeah,
we wait. Like in my eyes, if they do it like that, we just wait. We just wasted Bianca, bro, for
sure
a
did.
whole mid card
Sure
tag team
did.
year for no reason. Because
Yeah,
that's what we all thought the payoff was gonna be was that match at WrestleMania, and then they can
yeah,
both be main card figures after that. One is a heel, one is a face, whatever, and they gonna be doing this for years to come. Who knows?
yeah.
But if it's Naomi, like where does she even go from there? Because you're like, I mean, not to say you're gonna lose at Mania unless you win and then you lose at Backlash. I don't know how they would play it, but
Right.
where does Naomi even go from here, bro? Now she's
Not
a
a clue.
heel. Now she's a
They've
heel. Now
waited
like
so long. They've waited too long.
man, me personally, bro, I damn near would have rather them just throw Naomi in the bloodline shit, bro, because her name would have been more elevated than what's about to happen, maybe. Unless I mean, because I don't see people taking her that serious as a heel, bro. I just don't. I
Yeah,
could be
she's
capped.
gonna have to do some like she got to do some wild shit. Like not wild shit, but like it's gonna have to be like Kofi Xavier Woods type stuff to like
Right.
really get the
And I
crowd to
feel
like
like
boo her.
what might do it for me, maybe. I mean, it would require writing Bianca off TV for a little bit, but
Hmm.
she gotta brutalize her too. That's the only way I'm taking
Yeah,
it serious.
yeah,
Like if you, I mean, if you beat Jade up like that, and then you beat Bianca up like that, and you kind of make it sleazy, like damn, like it happened to Bianca too, like then I'd be like, oh, okay, hold on, she cooking.
hmm. Because like if they like you said if they do the thing like mid match in this tag team championship match on Monday, then it's like if it's both of them, it's not gonna affect them. It's not gonna affect anybody. It's just gonna be like damn. So then Jay's gonna be like, all right, bet, and then she would obviously pull up soon. But if it's one of them, then the other's gonna be looking at the other like, what the fuck, like type thing. So it's like,
All right,
can we just get to it already? Like, or like
like bro, the
Jay
chamber
pulls up,
is
like
not that
Jay finally
far.
pull up and is like, I know who did it, or like mid match or during the elimination chamber, Jay music it. Which one of them goes like instead of like being excited, then that's gonna be like, and then
Right, and
Jay
that's
could
what
be
I feel
like,
like should happen, bro.
scream,
It should
like,
either happen before the chamber because if it happens before the chamber, then Bianca and Naomi may have bad blood inside of the
mm-hmm.
chamber, or it should happen in the
Exactly,
middle of the chamber. Either way, we got it. It has to go now. We're waiting too long.
yeah,
This can't last.
yes,
Then we can build towards Mania. Then,
right,
but
but
like we're not in that point.
uh,
It's hard to say. or not in that room.
Yeah, it is.
And it's just like it ain't even. It's not even that the story's bad. It's just like okay, now if that needs to happen before the chamber, bro, we're not even in. If it don't even feel like we in phase one, like we are because they seen the video, but it don't even feel like
Hmm.
we in phase one.
And it's
Like,
been 4 months.
oh,
This happened before Survivor Series. Survivor Series was end of November. It's the end of February.
my problem is this. I like truthfully, Tariq, like on some real nigga shit.
Hmm.
How has your Royal Rumble winners chose what champion they want to face before this has happened? How? I feel like them decisions didn't take long at all. Charlotte chose Tiffany's
No.
quick. Jay
Yeah.
chose Gunther quick, like
Yeah.
real
Took him a
quick.
week.
Took him a week, bro. I'm gonna go holler at Cody. Y'all had a conversation, and I mean, then you got beat up, and I
That was
understand
it.
it, but it's like, I feel like for this Jay story too, which I mean, I'm also like, I'm feeling, but like at the same time, Gunther said he's gonna make his life hell for weeks. He should have made his life hell for weeks to where he don't even want to do it, to where he's like,
Hmm.
I might have to face Cody, bro. Like this is too much.
Right.
Then we can really get behind that. But
Yeah.
I mean, y'all like the slow burn
Because
some
they even
stories, and then
because they even pushed the chamber further away from Royal
right,
Rumble, so they could have pushed it up until Monday or Friday, and then you still have the whoever wins the elimination chamber. We don't know who they're gonna have because
right.
Jay hasn't picked yet.
That would have been
Same for the
cool too.
women's.
Like seeing every, like, and then you could have had everybody. Like maybe this is a stretch, but you could have had everybody interacting. Like
Hmm.
let's say if the chamber winner is Cena hypothetically, then now you got to call back to the Royal Rumble match, and then you like okay, and now everybody talking, every champion's talking like okay, bro, we don't know who we want to face, and
Hmm.
then it can go from there. But no, we missing out on that interaction. I mean, we'll see, bro. I mean, Mania, I have high hopes for Mania. Now I'm on the side of the people where I'm like, okay, it's not gonna be what we thought it was gonna be, but I still have hopes that it'll be good based off of what we got. But I
Yeah.
think it's looking thin, bro. I think it's looking kind of thin. Like no cap.
It's just because there's not a bunch. Like there's not a bunch of like I don't know. I just don't know what they're waiting for to like start to like really build towards it. And we're also not seeing any of the main guys outside of like Seth, Drew, Kevin Owens, Sammy.
Right.
Like we haven't seen John Cena. We haven't seen Roman Reigns. CM Punk might have been there the week before, but he wasn't there last week. Like if you're building up your biggest show of the year, these big names need to be there. I don't give a fuck about nobody's schedule or none of the like y'all know what y'all signed up for. They said John Cena was going on a full-time run in 2025. He's been at what, 3 shows?
Yeah, I'm lost about that shit.
So like if he wins the chamber, how many shows is he showing up to before WrestleMania? If he wins the chip, how many shows is he showing up to
Well,
after?
that's the thing that I was about to say. Like, and I feel like now that we're actually here, it's hilarious because we argued about John Cena winning 17 like this whole time, and
Hmm.
then I kept reiterating like, if he is like, if this is really what we think it is, full time run,
Yeah.
like yes. But now that it's not, it's like, bro, it's ass because Cena might get hold. Like I don't like. He's not here. I don't want him to have it. Like this is his last one. I don't want him to have a shitty match,
Hmm.
bro. Like, I don't want him to have a
Yeah.
opponent like a Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle type. You know what I'm saying? Like Kurt
Right.
Angle didn't get who he
Right.
wanted it. You know what I'm saying to go out. I
Hmm.
don't want it to be like that for him. But it's like,
Which I don't think
but
Triple H would do because Triple H
right,
just talked about like how much John Cena has meant and things like that.
right. Which granted, like you said, I don't think they'll do. But bro, you ain't here, so it's like we just not doing much of anything right now. Like
Yeah.
Cody
The
last week
only
got
people that
attacked by
are
Solo.
featured weekly,
Right.
the only people that are featured weekly are the people that don't have anything solidified for WrestleMania yet.
And it don't make sense, bro. Like Cody really got spiked by Solo last week, and I was like, why? We're back to what we've been on. I was like, why? Like,
And
come
then they
on,
took
bro.
him out of the match because Dwayne said he wanted to come to SmackDown.
Now I'm interested in that, bro. I'm very interested in, like, if my mind is thinking the way that they're thinking, maybe, and this is some corporate shit, and he's like, bro, I want you to be on timing for me. I mean, this is Homelander Cody, bro. Think about
Yeah,
it.
but
What is Homelander's character? Really? He is a
Homelander.
he is a controlled. I mean, bro, their whole thing is if superheroes were controlled by the government. What if our WWE Superman has to be controlled by corporate, bro? He has to.
But I
It
feel like
could
The
could
Rock has to be there for that to work.
does he have to be there or does he have to just speak?
He doesn't necessarily have to show up like every week. I don't mean that,
Right.
but I don't want to hear like Cody come out do his thing, but like Rock said this, or Rock told me how to do this, or that would be whack to me. And I feel like you can get to Homelander without forcing The Rock to be like the puppet master for it. Like I just feel like they're forcing this at this point. Like they
Right.
back themselves into a hole because they bet on The Rock, and he just let them down yet again. The one year that he was able to do it, the crowd wasn't going. Every other year, the crowd has wanted it. The fans have wanted it, and he has not been available. So my whole thing is like, stop telling the fans, stop telling people that WWE is home and WWE is this and that. It's not, because you've moved on, which is fine. Move on, but stop coming back and telling people that this is home and I'm back and I'm doing this and that when you're not. Like The Rock has come back. He came back for last year's WrestleMania. He came back for 28 and 29. He had a little handicap match at what, 32 against the Wyatts. And it's like every time he come back, he's like, "Yeah, The Rock has come back home, and The Rock is this, and this is always gonna be home, and I always loved it." And he was going back and forth between face and heel last night. Like, which character are we getting? I never know which character we're getting when he comes out now, because when he came out at Netflix, he was a super nice guy and he wasn't the final boss. And then he comes out last night and he's, oh, New Orleans, yeah, we got WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. And then when he starts to sing, he tells them not to sing. But then when they sing with him, he's like, oh, y'all got me. Y'all did good. Huh? And then 13 seconds later, he calls him trailer park trash. What are we doing? I'm genuinely confused. And it's like, the things get jumbled up when we bet on part-time people to do full-time things. When we're betting on guys being available when they're not going to be or they don't want to be. Like Roman ain't been full-time for a while. And he's supposed to be somebody that is a marquee name. John Cena ain't been it obviously hasn't been full-time for a long time. Same with The Rock. Like these are the people that people were betting on and putting their dream card together with, and now you don't know what theirs looks like because so many wrenches have been thrown into the toolbox. And it's just kind of like, what are we even doing? And he does stuff so last minute. That's the annoying part, because the Rock and Roman could have happened last year, but he waited until like what, 2 weeks before Royal Rumble last year before he was like, "Oh, I might want to sit at the head of the table."
Right.
And then this year is a week before Elimination Chamber. He come back like, and not even like a week before, like the night before, Friday before. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll come back. I'm coming to SmackDown." After they already put their whole show together and all, like, bruh is selfish. That's like that was my main point. Is bruh, like, dude is selfish as hell. Like I know dudes at that level of like stardom have like egos and shit, but if we're being honest, like that dude is one selfish ass dude,
Right.
and he plays like this persona, like, and I don't think he's a bad person, but he plays this persona of like, oh, I'm always gonna give back and all that stuff. He is so quick to take the shine and take the joy and try to reap the benefits of stuff, and it's just weird to me. Like when he came back at Bad Blood, he had no reason to come back at Bad Blood if you weren't gonna show up until
Right.
Netflix debut. They moved their
We've
card
been
around.
confused. We've been confused since day one, bro. Like, okay, let's take the events back. Okay, since we really doing this, Reek. Bad Blood.
Hmm.
He comes out. Saw Cody and Roman out there. Counted down 1, 2, 3. Somebody's done. We still don't know what that means. Somebody was done. He comes back. Netflix Raw debut. Told Paul Heyman to chill. He put the Ula follow on Roman. Also confusing because we was like, bro, you want the head of the table, don't you? We thought you was behind all the solo stuff. Turns out you wasn't behind all the solo stuff. Um, Fast forward to fucking CW NXT. We don't know what he was talking about there. Um, I mean, he said the final boss will return. The final boss returned last night, and now he told Cody Rhodes he wants his soul, and then the presser after that was like, I love how the story. He was like, everybody thinks the story has to culminate to a match. Literally, that's what wrestling's for. Everything's supposed to end in a match. Thinks everything should end in a match. I'm interested to see where the story goes from here. People are kind of confused about what I meant by I want a soul. We'll see, brother. WrestleMania is not that far away. What do you mean we'll see? What do you mean we'll see?
Yeah. It's just frustrating, bro.
I
It's
think
really
this is the
just
first
frustrating.
time this feels like it doesn't feel like 2019, but it feels like 2019, like the jumbleness right before Mania, where we're like,
Hmm.
maybe this is a match. We don't know. Kind of confused, but
Yeah.
hopefully,
We really only knew three matches, and it happened to be the three main events. But outside of that, we didn't know what Roman's whole thing was. We didn't know a lot of stuff. Like we didn't know what the tag team matches was gonna be. We knew
right,
Kofi was in the championship match. We knew Seth was gonna be against Brock, and we knew Becky had her championship match. Really, with that one, because of how big those matches were, the whole conversation was what the main event was gonna be. And then, like 2 weeks out, they said that the women were gonna main event, and they made that like the whole thing. And I'm like, you can make them the main event without making them the thing. But all that, like to be said, it's just like people are complaining about like the build up. And while I understand, like the only thing that I'm saying is like, and I guess it's kind of like that the opposite of what I'm saying for the Rock, but like I always think like once elimination chamber is passed, like that's when like the real road starts. Just because you have to get past that PLE, like once you get past that PLE, the Street Profits like their arc goes fully like all the way through. Whatever Braun is gonna do is gonna be on the table. Whatever Shinsuke, LA Knight, whoever is gonna do for the United States title is gonna be on the table. Like once Elimination Chamber has passed, we know what everybody's story is gonna be. It's just getting to that, and then the other stuff, like with the people that don't show up, is what makes everything just look like what the hell are we doing? Because without Roman showing up, how do you even get to a triple threat? Like you just wake
right.
up and oh, Roman, CM Punk, and Seth. Here we go. Roman don't ever show up, so how can you even build it? And he might come back for 1 week, build it, and then not come back for two more. And he'll come back the week before WrestleMania, and then WrestleMania, and then he'll disappear again until SummerSlam. Also, what happened to the Drew story?
I don't know
How
what
he
you're
go
talking
from
about.
wanting to take out the whole bloodline to his match at WrestleMania might be Damian Priest. Like I'm
I'm
like
not
like
understanding
the
that as
Rock
well.
has thrown so many wrenches into all these stories. Like this story could have already gone in a different direction, but the Rock was like night after WrestleMania was like I'm coming for that. So it was like all right, Cody Roman or Rock Roman, which one? Neither. How do you book around that? Like Triple H just had to book like one of those was the plan this whole time, and it looks like neither of those were the plan.
Okay, so I gotta blame the fans as well. because I mean everybody wanted Rock Roman so bad, and then last year they didn't let it fly, which I understand. You was ready for a new champion, and now I feel like once Rock seen that y'all want this match so bad, now, bro, he just fucking everything up, bro. He won't let it go. He won't let it go. Like,
And that's why I say the selfish part.
yeah, that's very
Dude,
selfish. But I
selfish as
feel
hell.
like if they would have got it done last year, bro, it would have been the end of all this. We could have had a clean slate right here.
Yeah, but then we had to wait another year for the Cody thing, and nobody was gonna want to hear the story shit for another year. We'd have been tired by this point. Because
So then
how
we,
does he get back to that again? Because how what was gonna be his reasoning for not choosing Roman at WrestleMania? That shit wouldn't have made sense
they just got booked into a
because he
whole
won the
feud
Rumble.
again.
When he won the Rumble, there was no other place you could go. You couldn't go Cody Seth again and have him lose to Seth, even though you couldn't have Seth go down 4-0. So like once they booked that, there was nothing they could do unless he was gonna give his Royal Rumble win to The Rock, which wouldn't have made sense either.
We was fucked
And
regardless.
again, it's really The Rock's fault. Like it's the people's fault technically for last year, but Roman Rock was supposed to happen years ago, like multiple times. Like they was like, "Oh, LA is gonna be the one because it's Hollywood. That's where stars are from." You could have done that before pushing Cody to go to that match. Then the first Cody Roman match could have been last year, and then you don't have to worry about all the other shit. But like you had that whole moment at 41, which is one of the craziest moments of all time, if not the craziest, with the end of match with the end of the match segments and all that. Just for it to be at this point now, where it's like, was all of that shit for nothing? This whole detour, this whole Rock thing, like, what was the point? I'm just, I'm confused. And I guess that's a good thing because we're not supposed to always know what's going on. But at the same time, it's like, it's got to be frustrating for the other people in the back, no?
Of course, it got to be.
Like,
It has to be frustrating for the people in the back.
like, our biggest show of the year, we don't know what the direction is because of one guy. And it's a guy that's not here, but 4 times out the year. I'd be irritated as hell. But they getting paid big money, so a lot of them be like, "Oh, it's whatever." But I don't know, man.
I think
Shit, weird.
we'll see. I think we'll see something resolved here soon. Maybe. I just don't. Like I said, I don't know the direction of everything. But we're gonna move on to the rumor mill. I got a couple things that I saw this week. Um, okay, let's start with this one. Obviously, we know you've already probably seen this. I've seen this. I mean, it ain't a good look because their match got moved last night, but there's reportedly growing frustration in the WWE women's division over their booking. I've spoken with plenty of women. This is from Fightful Select. I've spoken with plenty of women in the WWE who are frustrated about the booking of the women. I know there have been some Mania pitches that have been rejected because people are like token tag matches aren't something they want to do. They want to put it on. They want to be more on the even plane in the women's division, pretty much. So what are we thinking? Is this true? Is this false? Is
I
this?
think it's a bit of both. I think Triple H hasn't done the best job that he could be doing, but also there's so much going on around that, like with Netflix and the change to SmackDown to USA and all this other stuff, obviously the Rock and all that stuff. I think it's hard to like pencil in so much different stuff, and then injuries also play a part in this. Like Rhea being hurt, Charlotte being hurt, Becky deciding to leave, Liv being hurt at one point. The only one that's been there the entire time is Bianca, honestly. Like she's the only one that's been fully healthy this whole time. Like, and then you brought up Tiffany, she's been good. Nia Jax had a good run. Bailey had a good run. Io has been healthy, but you put her in the tag division, so it's like I think more so than anything is like when will we move past there just being 2 women's matches or 3 women's matches at PLEs? And even then, like, and I mean, when I say PLEs, I more so mean like WrestleMania or
Right.
SummerSlams, like the big PLEs, because you have like on the 2 night events, you have like 11 to 12 matches. Out of 12 matches, there shouldn't just be two women's matches or a third that's a four or a tag team that's got four teams. So you get 12 people on the show just by putting them in one match or a battle royal or anything like that. Like there's enough women for you to be able to tell five, six, seven, eight different stories like you can do with the men. It's no different, honestly. And you got 2.5 hours for Netflix. You got 3 hours on SmackDown. You have more than enough time. You gotta want to make the time. That's really what it comes down to.
Bro, literally stop this 2.5 hour shit, bro. Just throw the 30 extra minutes back onto it and just call it a day. Like, bro, I promise you, watching Raw, like I was telling Jew, she was like, "What time is it gonna be over?" I was like, 10:30, probably. Dark
Hmm.
match 11, maybe not even. Dark match take 2 minutes, literally, but um, just add the extra 30 minutes, bro. Like, it's not gonna hurt. I don't think SmackDown is dampened because it's 3 hours. I actually love SmackDown being 3 hours. I always
Yeah.
loved Raw when it was 3 hours. Like, yeah, there would be an hour of the show where it's kind of dragging, but like, bro, we have plenty of talent where it doesn't. It
That's
really
where it's on
doesn't.
the booker to do better.
Right.
Like it's not like, oh, that 10 o'clock hour sucks. Like make it not suck. Like you got way too much talent now to just have 2 hour shows or 2.5 hour shows. There's no way to put all the people on the screen that you need to put on screen, especially in the women's division.
Yeah,
And then all
I
these people
hate
getting
how
released.
it's kind of dumb. Like, bro, we'll have Raw. We'll have a Raw which is a 2.5 hour show with like 5 matches, and then we'll have a
Yeah,
PLE that's like 3.5 hours with five
yeah,
matches. And I'm
yeah,
like, bro,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it's a glorified TV show, bro. At this point, like,
yeah,
we need either your TV show needs to come up to need to be better on PLE terms, or your PLEs need to be out of this world. Which manias and big PLEs are usually out of this world, but
hmm,
even when we were watching the Rumble, we sat here and said like, "Damn, there wasn't really no major returns. There wasn't like this felt like.
yeah,
I mean, it just felt like an essential thing to watch at the time."
yeah. It
So
feels like we've been waiting for like such big moments all year, and like if they don't happen going into WrestleMania or at WrestleMania, it feels like a lot of this year has been a letdown compared to last year and last year's WrestleMania. But as for the women, I just like how many women can we actually say have been given like ample opportunity on the main roster, or like have they booked the tag division well? No.
right,
Did they book Rhea and Liv the way they should have? No. Did they book Io's title reign the way they should have? No. Did they book Bailey's title reign the way they should have? No. Like all these things we can go down the line. Like Nia Jax's ring wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed hers. Even Tiffany's right now, even though it's literally been like 3 weeks, a month. I don't think it's been bad, but it's like y'all pretended like she didn't do what she did to Nia Jax and waited to have that culmination, which was weird. And now y'all just have her laying on the floor and letting Charlotte stand over her for 2 weeks straight and not really saying anything, which is just fucking weird.
right,
Like, and Charlotte is so easily like I don't want to say hateable, but like she's so easy to dislike. Like her just walking in the ring and standing there last night pissed me off. Just like that shit didn't do anything. Like, like she's just like, yeah, I'm Charlotte Flair. This is what I do. Like, you didn't do like I don't know, bro. It's just like stuff like I don't know, man. But there definitely needs to be better booking in terms of the win because there's a lot of dudes on that get presented or that are on TV weekly that we don't need to see. Like, I don't mean no disrespect, but I would much rather see like 6 to 7 other women that we don't get to see on TV than the Miz.
right.
We don't need to see the R Truth or the R Truth. We don't need to see R Truth every week. Like, there's certain things that y'all can move back or y'all could take off the show and put something else on the show so that you're not like. Did Chelsea Green show up at all last night?
Mm.
I don't remember if she was on the show the week before that. She might have been, but it's like,
She was on the show before then because she had the chamber qualifier, which she lost.
was she lost? So how do you have and you have both your mid card champions lose their
Lose. Yeah,
qualifying
no, they
matches?
lost.
They shouldn't even have been them in the first place because why would they need to go for it? Like that's just disrespecting their own titles by going up for it. But I guess they do the same thing sometimes with like the United States and the Intercontinental on the men's side. But it's like there was no reason for you to take make them
I
take a
mean, the
loss
titles
to
are still
two people that weren't
fresh. Like they're
champions.
fresh. They're fresh
Yeah,
as hell.
yeah. But like for two people that hadn't won a championship on the main roster, you would make it like for them, this would be their main title. This would be the main title. Like you wouldn't feel like you needed to go get another one. Like
Right.
as hard as Chelsea has worked and as long as she's worked, like she's been trying to get into WWE for 15 years and like to be at this point. She finally gets a chip and she thinks that logically it makes sense for her to go for another one when it took her this long to get one. That doesn't make
Right.
sense. Same with Lyra. Like we saw her struggle to get to this point. She won Queen of the Ring, lost her other title opportunities, and then wins this one. What sense does it make for her to try to go into this one? I just they got to book champions better first. You book your champions right, that's when everything comes into fruition, in my opinion. When you book the champions right, then that's when the people that are chasing have to be better, and that's when fans get more behind either the champion or the chaser. But you have it has to be one of the like they have to do something. Like there's no like stories, and the one story that we're looking for, they keep fucking pushing back.
Right.
If Roman Reigns got attacked, we wouldn't have to wait 4 months. If Cody got attacked, we wouldn't have had to wait 4 months. That they told us 5 minutes after the show that he got attacked by Kevin Owens. There was no, oh, who did it? When Jay got attacked, the next week we knew it was Drew. Not even the next week. That night, I'm pretty sure. That night we knew it was Drew. So I'm like, why are you waiting this long with the women's division, but not with the men's division? I'm like, these are the things that you can capitalize on to get people invested, especially when it's Jade and Bianca. People
Right.
have been asking for black women to be spotlighted. These two specifically, like you have an entire different demographic that can be tuned in, and you're not utilizing that. Because if you look at the numbers on social media, when they show up, it's a lot of people in the comments that aren't necessarily wrestling fans, but they see Jade and Bianca and they're like, "Oh shit, I might have to watch. Oh shit, I might have to watch."
Right.
You're missing out on an entire different demographic. And then once you get that going, you can start all these other storylines.
Right.
But it's like they don't they haven't shown enough they haven't shown enough interest in actually doing that. And it's always been, oh, the women get two matches or the women get one match, and the dudes got 9 matches.
It's something that definitely needs to be taken more seriously within the space, set of creative. I definitely think that it's a little disrespectful. I feel like I mean, Bianca in my eyes, because like I said, I feel like if this don't result in nothing big, bro, like you really just got sent to the tag team division for no reason to help mentor and bring along somebody that y'all don't even take. I guess y'all don't take serious enough to pull the clip on this story. This might be premature in me saying this, but then again, it's not. It's been 4 months. But I mean, if she had to wait around just to not get a match at Mania, a big match at Mania, unless she wins the Chamber, who knows? Unless they pull the clip on Bianca and win the
Mm-hmm.
Chamber. But if she don't win the Chamber and Naomi and Jade ends up being the match, then what the hell? What is Bianca gonna do? What is she gonna do?
Yeah,
Literally, who is she gonna feud with from there? Naya,
that's what I'm saying.
and it's like that's gonna be thrown together real fast. Raquel, we don't want to see that. You know what I'm
No.
saying? I'm just beginning to say. I mean,
And we
Liv,
definitely don't want to see her
maybe
versus like Chelsea
right. Yeah, we don't want to see her in
because that's
Chelsea,
a
but
wash.
it's a wash. Her Liv, maybe I would be interested in that, but we gotta get there. But we don't know how we
And
get
you
there.
also got to build Live up for like a match
Right.
like that to feel for people to feel like Liv has a legitimate chance. We've seen her against Rhea, and they made it seem like she didn't. So
Right.
it's not gonna be no different with Bianca.
We're definitely fumbling the women's division. I feel like we're so focused on what the men got going on and the availability and the times. We already got stars that's here every week. Most women there are there every week,
I was about to
like
say.
literally,
I was just about to say that.
and they're there every week. And I mean, they're on the back burner a little bit. I mean, one of my favorite wrestlers is a part timer at this point, but I know when Roman say he gonna touch down, he gonna touch down. He gonna be there. That's one thing I can say about him. I don't know. In my eyes, I just feel so saddened by Cena, The Rock. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all said y'all was gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? The Rock literally out his mouth said, some people said you're not gonna be at WrestleMania 41. I don't believe that bullshit. You not, bro. We don't. I mean, I don't think you're gonna be here. So it's like, bro, you failing me, bro. You failing me. And we big fans. We grew up like, I mean, well, we didn't really grow up on The Rock, but
Right.
Cena wise, bro, come on, bro.
Yes.
You was there every week. You was there every week back
Every
in your
fucking
day.
week.
And
You was
now it's
talking crazy about Dwayne about not being there when he said when he came back. When he said, "Oh, I came back and I'm gonna be here," and he said, and then you weren't. John Cena's doing the same fucking thing right now.
yeah, he was on the other side. That's crazy. He was on the other side. I mean,
And
and the
then
worst,
Roman did the same thing to John, and now Roman doing the same shit that John did.
hey,
It's, like
like
it's a
like my
revolving door with the guys that they forced to be the guys. They put them on that that level for so long that they get tired and they don't want to do this shit no more. But when you have the guys that have been there the whole fucking time that love this shit, like Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Well, I would say Shawn Michaels, but he got like hurt and all that shit, so he had to leave. But like Triple H was there, Randy Orton there, even though he was doing some wild shit, he was there. You got Seth Rollins, who's been there for 10, no, 11 now, 11 straight years. Doesn't leave for shows, doesn't leave for movies, doesn't leave for just like time off, just to have time off. Like,
right, even
and when he gets hurt, he
when he
come back
does go,
early.
right. I say even when he does go in, like even when he does, because he has been in movies. Like he was supposed to
Yeah,
be in the new Captain America, but it's like
yeah,
even whenever, like for me at least, when I see
uh
Seth go
huh.
do movies, I'm like, damn, I didn't even know he had free time. Like I always be like, damn,
Facts,
I didn't even know he was doing this
exactly,
stuff. So
exactly.
I
But
mean,
he always still builds his schedule around that. He doesn't build
right,
that shit around his schedule.
right. As
Like he
far as
tells
like
them, "Hey, I still do this. This is my main thing."
now, like the Roman thing, I feel you. I mean, you are. I mean, you're literally terminally ill, still doing this shit. Like for the love of the game.
Mm-hmm.
If it was me
For
personally,
sure.
I'm done. I would have been done. But
Right.
so I understand your circumstance,
Mm-hmm.
but the Cena, The Rock. I mean, like it's kind of like, bro, like
Right.
we know y'all don't need it, so why y'all playing with us? Like that's
Right.
how I be feeling. Like we know
Exactly.
y'all don't need it, so why y'all playing with my feelings? Like we legitimately care about what y'all do. Like we still want to see y'all in there one more time for one more good match, and we want to see y'all get
Yeah.
a proper send off. But the moment y'all
Exactly.
play with our feelings, bro, we don't give a fuck.
Or just don't come back at all.
Or
Cause
don't
we
come back
didn't
at all.
fucking ask for y'all to come back.
At the same time, that's true. Oh God, that's true. I don't
Like
even.
the like people said, yeah, we want to see Rock Roman, but that was dream booking. That was fantasy booking. There
Right.
was no like actual legs to stand on for that shit until he came back, and then people were like, okay, it's gonna happen. Nobody would. When John Cena came back and said farewell tour, we was like, oh shit, okay, farewell tour, we here for it. All right,
Right.
full time. Before that, nobody was like, damn, we got to get it. I mean, people wanted to see him come back, but it's not like we have to get this dude to come back for a farewell tour. He chose to do that. The Rock chose to come back. It's different with Roman because Roman doesn't say, hey, I'm going to be here. We know what it is with him. We know why it's that way. But both of them specifically have said, this is what we're going to do, and they haven't. That's what's annoying. And
Right.
I feel like Triple H has put himself in a tough spot because he respects both of them so much that he's he can't do what he wants to do because he's still trying to base things off of what they said they were going to do. And that's a difficult spot to be in. And that's why it's like you kind of need somebody that doesn't have any personal attachment at the same time. Like I'm not saying that
That's what
Triple
I'm
H shouldn't
saying.
be there, but like the
But
person
it's
next to
his
him
peers
shouldn't have
though.
any personal attachment.
He's worked
Exactly.
side by side with them. It's more of a
Right.
we were
It's too
we
much
were
respect and
co-workers. You know what I'm
love
saying? We
there.
were co-workers more than I'm your boss. Like
Right.
even still, like I feel bad for Triple H in this sense because I mean he literally has to work with The Rock because he's on the board.
Hmm.
Like he literally
Yeah.
has to. So like
Yeah.
that's ass. You know what I'm saying? That
Like The
part
Rock
kind of
saying he's
gets
showing up. Damn. Now I have to change my whole show around.
right. Pretty
He didn't
much
have a
like
choice.
he don't have a choice, bro. Like The Rock probably sent him a text message this morning. Hey, I'm in your city. I'm pulling on the SmackDown. Give me an hour to talk. Let me talk to the
He's like,
talent.
damn. All right. What do we take
Literally,
off?
let me talk to the talent. Let me see what I
Like
can do.
think about like what he has to think about when he's told things like that. Like he has to think about how it affects all the talent. And coming out of WrestleMania, we seen reports of how happy the wrestlers were and how happy the women and the men on both sides were. Like this is the happiest they've ever been. It's the best they've ever felt. Like, and I don't think it's like drastically different now, but I feel like when things like this happen, it makes it like they're like, damn, has things really changed? Like, while Triple H may say things better or go in a better way about things,
Right.
it feels like it's still the same shit. Like you're still barely putting the women on TV, and when you do, it's only specific women for a specific amount of time, and then you're still relying on the part timers to do part time stuff, but at your biggest shows.
I just don't understand why we only push women when they are stupid over
Yeah.
or stupid or like I mean Charlotte. I mean she's a crazy heel, crazy national talent heel, but
Hmm.
I mean, she's a nepotism baby. I mean, she's a next generation star baby. I mean, we seen that. Randy Orton got that treatment. Obviously, Charlotte's getting that treatment. I mean, I'm not gonna say Dom. Dom had to work. I mean, they were saying Dom was
Right.
ass. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Dom had to work, but it's like you got that shot. I mean, let's be honest, because I mean, your parents was they legends of the game. But
Yeah.
I'm tired of like, bro, like, okay, we see Rhea the most because yes, bro, Rhea is she's the most over woman in the company. Like, let's keep it a buck. We see her the
Yeah.
most. We see Bianca a lot because she's stupid over with the kids, all that. Naomi, same way. But it's like, bro, like there are women that are plenty capable. Like they showed that they gave Io that promo, the on
Hmm.
screen promo. She's talking in Japanese. I think she was in the water or whatever. I think I seen it on Monday.
Hmm.
I'm like, bro, why can't they just let their talent rock like this all the time? I promise to God, they'll be more over, bro. Like when you got this stereotypical storytelling with women of okay, they in love with a dude, they get broke up with, now they feuding. If it's not for the belt, they not feuding about something like, bro, what happened to some real shit? Like, why can't we
Yeah.
have real feud? Why can't women just literally hate each other for the love of the game? like, like
Right.
for real.
Or just like I want to be better. I want to be the best.
Right.
Like
Like,
it could be. It don't have to be something crazy for it to be a feud. Like it could literally just be like how we seen Braun pull up on AJ Styles, like in the back, like trying
run
to
it.
see which trying to see if I'm trying to see if what everybody's saying is true. Why can't Roxanne walk up to somebody in the back and be like, "Nah, I don't believe it." Kiana James could have done that shit. Now, obviously, she got hurt, but it's like there's so many people, there's so many women in the back that are just sitting back there, and it's like y'all let them sit. Like Alba Fire was it was champion for 600 days, and they make it seem like she's a jobber, like she's just some regular person in the back. Like put her on TV, give her time, she'll get over. But they don't give women the same amount of time as they give dudes, and a lot of these dudes don't got no fucking charisma.
At all.
And if they do, they're living off 2010, 2011. Like, can we move past that shit, game? Like, we still haven't seen Dragon Lee do shit.
Now, I will say with Dragon Lee, like, the Monday was the first time I was like,
Right.
this is it, right? Like, I mean, Ray was out. He looked like the little leader of the
Yeah.
LWO. And I'm like, okay, the group got more character now. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I'm going to say about Charlotte, and I'm going to put every other crowd on blast, was I seen a lot of Hispanic people in Charlotte, like on Monday.
Hmm.
Now, I'm going to tell you something straight up. The first, can you guess? I mean, well, obviously not that I said something, but the first superstar whose merch sold out at the merch stand, Penta. First superstar,
Hmm.
merch sold out. Penta. Like I said, bro, when Dragon Lee came out And he was even surprised. He said a little bit
Right.
of his promo in Spanish. He got a
Yeah.
pop. And he was
Yeah.
like, and then he told him, he was
Right.
like, well, if you don't know what that means, I'm going to tell you. Then the rest of the crowd picked up. Bro, sometimes you just got to let these people be they self, bro. I mean, Roman literally came to y'all and was like, I want to be myself. And he was the most over, like, he's ever been. Let them be they self a little bit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we not, everything is being fabricated. Now, AEW, like, they be a little extreme, but for the most part, everybody look like they being they self. For the
I would
most
say,
part.
and everybody gets character development time. Like, well, I there's some things that I don't like, but the women's division over there gets time. You can't like Tony Storm is the champion now. Mercedes is a champion. But we still see Willow Nightingale. We still see Chris Statlander. We're seeing Megan Bayne now. We still see Thunder Rosa. We still see Deanna Perrazzo. I forgot the girl's name, but she was just Harley Cameron. We see all of these different women get time and get to grow as characters. WWE got more time weekly than they do, and can't do the same shit with more talent. Let's just be honest. They have more talent over there, and then you're trying to bring up people from NXT. Now, instead of adding more time, you take time away from somebody else to give one of them time. It just
Right.
because what are you gonna do when Julie and Stephanie come up? You're just gonna put two
Especially,
more people on the back burner.
especially the way they're building them. That's also the problem, bro. Like, y'all are building so many world beaters, bro, and it's starting to be like, who's not? And then it's
Like
like
Jordan
world
Grace,
beaters. It's like world beaters, and then if you're not, you're not.
you don't really have a chance.
Like, Liv's not a world beater, and she was a champion,
Yeah,
but like while she
she's
was
just
champion,
over.
she looked weak. Her whole
She's
reign,
just
she
over.
looked weak. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know what
and
this is.
going in, like she's been the underdog, and she's been showing that she can beat bigger people. But then when she was the champion, you made her this sheepish heel, and that's never been what she's been. Even when she was in Riot Squad, she wasn't that. That's never been her character for the last 8 years that she's been in WWE. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I'm just this cowardly little small heel, and I need Raquel to do my dirty work, and Raquel can't even do that shit right. Like, what are we doing? Like they've, oh my gosh, like it is genuinely frustrating because there's too much talent for them to be struggling this much. Like, and you have too
Right.
much time. You have 5.5 hours weekly, not
Literally.
counting NXT. Counting
Literally.
NXT, you got 7.5 hours. And NXT does a great job promoting women because that's really all they got right now. But it's like that's like I don't know, man. It's just a demographic that you could really hit, but they're just missing constantly. Like I'm still gonna keep going back to the fact that they won't do another Evolution pay-per-view. I don't understand it. That shit did well the first time. Like, and you were able to get Trish Stratus to come back and do a tag team match with Tiffany Stratton. That's huge. And you sold it in 2 weeks. Y'all ain't even done nothing with it for real. She came out there last week, got beat up. She came out here this week and got beat up again. Has that been promoted so that people that don't watch every week, like, oh shit, Trish Stratus got a match. She go wrestle in Canada? Like, no. But when Edge was wrestling in Canada, y'all put that shit everywhere. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn about to wrestle in Canada. They putting that shit everywhere. Trish wrestling, like, oh yeah, by the way, Trish got a tag team match. Like, fuck.
Don't make no sense, bro. I didn't even know Trish had a tag team match, so she was sitting in the front row. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, by the way, catch her in the chamber. I was like, sick.
Well,
Like,
they were
let's go.
like, she's gonna be at the chamber, and then, but even then, like the last time we saw Trish, Tiffany was talking shit to her. So it's like y'all just bypassed that whole thing. Like they could at least, like Tiffany could have at least been like, yeah, I had just got on the main roster. I was trying to make a name for myself. Blah blah blah. They didn't even do that shit. Like she was just in the crowd. Tiffany was getting jumped. She hopped in, and then they was like, oh, tag team match. That's crazy. They gotta do better. Like there's too many women, too many talented women, and there's too many women that you're trying to bring up for y'all to just pretend like it's just some regular ass division. Like this ain't 2008. We want to see the women wrestle. We want to see the women have storylines. We want to see them build characters. because they do it in NXT, and then once they get up to WWE, it's like, oh yeah, they do have a character. Like, what the hell?
Right.
Like we don't see Lyra Valkyria's character work. We see Chelsea's because that's what she's become. She's become just a character's point, but she's great in the ring.
Right.
Like, unless she in the ring with Micha, and they ain't give her enough time to like really show off what she could do. But how many times can she get in the fucking ring with Micha over and over again? You mean to tell me that Chelsea Green and Blair Davenport couldn't have done some shit in the ring? Her and Alba Fire can't do nothing in the ring? Her and Isla Dawn couldn't have done nothing in the ring? Come on, man. Like, she's lazy. It's lazy booking when it comes to the women's division. That's really what it is. All right, what's our top six,
It's top heavy.
and how do
All
we
the
keep
six
them on
women are
TV?
top heavy.
What's our top six, and how do we keep them on TV and make it make sense? That's literally it. They brought in a whole mid card title, just and then with that one, it's all right, 4 people
It ain't even.
because it went from
It's
it's Chelsea and Meechin, and then it's Dakota and Lyra, which I'm not complaining about because Lyra and Dakota have been great, and so is Chelsea and Meechin. But there's like 17 other people on that fucking roster that y'all just leaving out. Lyra could have defended against Natalya, or Chelsea could have defended against Natalya. Let them get wins under their belt before you try to like because Meechin could legitimately take the title from her because she could have legitimately won it in the beginning, and so could Dakota with Lyra.
right. Now
So it's
you
like
derail somebody
let
so
them
you
build
go
that
in
shit up.
front.
That makes sense, man.
I mean, we just
Oh my
gotta
gosh,
understand. I guess, like, I mean, once again, our motto, we gotta wait and see. I mean,
we've been waiting a long fucking time.
yeah, we're gonna be waiting a long time. So what we have to do is, for our last thing, we're gonna talk about, folks at home. We're gonna build a WrestleMania card, but this week we're gonna do night one. Next week we're gonna do night two. We're gonna try to, we're gonna write it down. Hopefully, I can. I'm gonna try to remember it as well because maybe I can make a graphic out of it myself in the free time, and then we're gonna compare the real WrestleMania card whenever we get there to what we have prior. So February 22nd, Black History Month. Y'all feel me? So night one, WrestleMania night one, we have to think about this strategically. Obviously, we know a Roman ain't gonna be on the night one. We obviously know a Cody ain't gonna be on the night one. Maybe,
Right.
maybe. Shit, I don't know. But
He might.
we're gonna try to save our heavy hitters for night two, kinda. But
Yeah.
for the most part, yeah, we're gonna work together on this. We're gonna work together on this based off of the events that we know now, kind of, and what we would like to see. We're not just gonna full blown go what we like to see. We're gonna kind of use some storylines that we have now
Right.
to the future. So, all right. Well, match number one. I think I'm just gonna throw out an idea. Obviously, you want your night one to start out with a banger. I think it should be ultimately. I think it should be Sammy and KO 2 at Mania
To start,
to start night one.
it's gonna be a hard act to follow
It would definitely be a hard act to follow.
because they go in 2025 for sure.
But that's been the trend recently, right? Like I feel like they've been
Yeah.
having a main
Yeah.
event like opener and a main
So
event main
is theirs gonna be a like? There's not gonna be a stipulation because if there's a stipulation, it's hard to put that as the first match. I feel like.
I mean, damn what's I mean, they're having a fucking street fight, unsanctioned. Which I fucking hate.
Unsanctioned.
I hate how everybody say it. Like, can we get rid of the unsanctioned thing though? Like for real, because bro, like bro, listening when I was listening to Pierce, right? You know, WWE can't have no responsibility for this, bro. Then make it the main event. Number one, make it the main event. Make the lights go off. Make it feel like it's actually like we not responsible for this shit.
Yeah.
Please.
They did it the first time in AEW. They said it was a lights out match,
Right.
and then they haven't done it like that since.
See, now look, when Swerve and Hangman did it, it was fire
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they legitimately turned the house lights off.
Yeah.
And they was like,
Yeah.
it's just y'all.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. And obviously we know how they ended. But
Shit's crazy.
but you know, oh my gosh. My bad. My fault, y'all. Y'all know the Lakers playing the Nuggets and they my biggest rivals in life. So as long as we get BTA, I'm gonna be happy. And we up by 14. So I'm chilling right now. But um, yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, stipulation included. If there is no stipulation, I mean that match is good enough to main event night one. But I feel like Jay and Gunther's gonna main event night one. Obviously, I
Probably.
feel like that spot's locked.
Yeah.
Unless, nah, they wouldn't have them open that shit.
Yeah. It just depends on what the stipulation is. Like if they, it'll be hard for them to have a regular match after doing what they are potentially going to do in an unsanctioned match. But I mean, they could. I mean, you could just be like, all right, this is the last time we
Right.
go 1-on-1. But I feel like if you do that, it has to end in like a Hell in a Cell type match.
Right. I mean, we also could see a Io and Rhea opener night one. We could also see that. We could see because I feel like that could be a regular match. We could possibly see a tag
I
team
feel
title
like
match number one. Off
you have to
rip.
say tag team matches starting a bit. But I also feel like you could do AJ, Braun, Dom.
Right. See, that's the thing about that though. That's I feel like that's what we want to see.
Hmm.
But okay, obviously, I got different plans for AJ now that I heard the rumors. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I heard the
Oh, okay.
rumors of
See,
him and
I didn't
Finn,
see no rumors with AJ.
so
Oh,
there's
see, I
apparently
didn't even see that.
him and Finn, and Dom been asking for a new leader or a new member. Everybody's
Mm,
speculating that the new member they're gonna try to get is AJ, and as an AJ and Finn get into it, and then they go from there.
mm.
I'm not mad at that. That's a match that I want to see. But then again, it's like you can't have you. I mean, it's a hard booking decision again. You can't
I
have
feel like
AJ lose as a
you can't
leader.
just do AJ and Braun on you can't just do AJ and Braun on Raw though.
Right.
I feel like that's a waste of that match.
But then what if
And
you
I
just
feel
get
like
Dom? What if you just get Dom and Braun at Mania then?
I'm not mad at that.
At that point,
It's
you
just how
solidify
are they
Braun
gonna
as
go about it?
a baby
Because
face.
he the only reason I said triple threat is because he literally did spear Dom last week. So like Dom could
Right.
try to get his get back in some way and feel like, okay, I would have had this if you didn't do this, whatever. But it's like but they could even go fatal four way route and add Finn to it. So you still have multiple stories inside of it. You have the Braun AJ, you still have the Dom and Finn, and then you have the AJ and Finn, where it's like you got a bunch of different stories and there's a bunch of different outcomes that can happen without Braun looking bad at all. So I feel
Right.
like if you start the show that way, it's gonna feel like, all right, this show's unpredictable. That was a great start to the show. You have four top guys, or four guys that could be top guys. Start the show off, and now we're off and rock. But I feel like if they do the AJ and Finn, then I think that opens the door for like Dom and Braun. But I feel like you're gonna have to do something with Dom the weeks heading in to make him feel more legitimate because it's gonna be kind of weird if you
Right.
send him in there as like the cowardly heel against the tweener, I guess you could say, in Braun. But with the shit they've been having to do with AJ, he's been the heel. So it's like
Right.
you can't just keep flip flopping, bro. So it's kind of confusing.
At this point, it's like I don't even. Yeah, I mean, he's just the ultimate tweener to me. I feel like they're trying to start to lead us away from calling him anything because I mean,
Hmm.
obviously Pat McAfee, they just be like, he's a badass. I mean, that's just pretty much what we own. Like he just won't smoke with everybody. So
Yeah,
I feel like the way he's booked is fine because at the end of the day, we just want to see Braun Breaker go out there and fuck shit up. That's all we really want to see. So
yeah.
I definitely like anything with Braun related. I like, and I could definitely see him opening the show actually because I feel like that's a really good show opener. Will be
Mhm.
Braun Breaker, but yeah, the question is too. I would like the triple threat. Let's honestly, I think the triple threat is smooth. Like the fatal four way is smooth, really smooth, like in terms of logic. But I feel like I would like to see that triple threat the most.
Because that's the only thing is like if that triple threat does happen, then what happens to Finn? Like I feel like with the way this year is going, you can't leave him off.
Right.
But there's nothing else you could put him in unless there's
Let's
someone
see.
else that Dom was talking about when he's saying a new guy.
Right. Which I still have no idea
Because you're
who that
not gonna
could
do
be.
Finn and Carlito as a tag team. That's just nasty.
That is nasty word. I mean, Finn might end up being in a tag, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I've
mean,
been
because
on the
when
other team.
JD gets back, I don't know when JD gets back. Is JD gonna be back for Mania or no?
It's a great question.
If JD's back, then I mean maybe we see the new member Dom's talking about, and Dom versus Finn and JD.
I actually wouldn't
Maybe.
hate that.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it either. I mean, it's a good way to get Finn and JD back on track if you really gonna
Mhm.
do it
Yeah,
that way. I mean, I would love to see Finn and JD get another run, bro. Like if they actually do it.
right. If they actually, but like, it's the same thing with the women. They do the same thing with the tag team division on
Right.
both sides. Like, you get one match a week or one match per episode, maybe two. And it's like, you can't build up a tag team division. And then they just throw these random people together sometimes and make a tag team division. So it's like, it's hard to really know because New Day hasn't really gone after the War Raiders. And obviously, they might over the coming weeks, but it's like, I feel like Dom and Finn, if you let them actually, no, not Dom and Finn and JD, if you actually let them work, they could do work as either a face group or a heel group, like, or a heel team. But it's like, it don't seem like they're going in that direction. I just really don't know, to be honest,
Right.
because they just had the belts for a while and they didn't. What, they had like three defenses maybe. So at that point, it's just kind of, I don't know.
Okay. So that's a good idea. So what we going with officially? Matter of fact, we don't even gotta have an opener. We can just name some matches we will want,
Yeah,
and then we can kind of
and then
order it
just
from
like
there.
matching them. Yeah, so I'm
So
good with. I feel like the triple threat or fatal four way is cool.
facts.
Just
All right,
like
I'm
pencil
gonna
it.
do
I
both. I'm
think
gonna do
Kevin
both.
Owens, Sami Zayn would be night one. I think Charlotte and Tiffany. Do you think Charlotte and Tiffany is gonna be night one, or Rhea and Io would be night one, or Rhea and whoever? Because we don't know who she's fighting yet.
I feel like you gotta put Rhea on night one to solidify night one. Because night two, like Charlotte and Tiffany, I'm not saying they're gonna get lost, but it's one of those matches you put on there to keep the card like
Yeah,
there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
Keep it
I feel like
balanced.
Rhea sets the tone in Charlotte and Tiffany night two. They keep it there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It doesn't really diminish the product.
yeah. Because I think
So
Charlotte and Tiffany could really go crazy,
yeah, I have full
especially on night
expectations it
two.
will.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I like that.
Hold on, I'm
We don't
typing.
even know who Rhea fighting though, or wrestling. I should say fighting. So see, cause if they do Jade and Bianca, is that night one or night two?
Bruh. If they don't put that on night two, I'd be sick because
Right. But it's like saying Loki, the same thing with like Rhea and Bianca. If they do that, like that's gotta be.
right,
But that could low like if they had booked it in advance, that could low key been night one main event.
right. I,
But
I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I feel
yeah,
like if you do have a Bianca and Jade, it's not gonna be a long match, and it's definitely gonna
mm,
be some. It's gonna be a power match really. I don't think it's gonna be
mhm,
long. I think they'll probably. I mean, especially because of Jade like coming off an injury,
right.
and she was kind of green before that already a little bit.
Yeah.
It's got to be a
You
10
don't want to put
15.
her. I was
Yeah,
gonna say you don't want to put her in too many positions where she could like potentially not look great
right.
in a WrestleMania setting, and to be the first time that some people see her, or maybe like they saw her at that Royal Rumble, they saw her last year at WrestleMania, and now they're seeing her because I mean there's generally people that only watch like the big PLEs or just watch Royal
Right.
Rumble and WrestleMania. So yeah,
I think
we got Street Profits, and
that's the problem I'm
I think
having
they
with
go
the.
Street Profits, DIY, Pretty Deadly, and
Yeah, the tag team
um,
Fatal Four.
Motor
That's
City Machine
definitely night
Guns.
one. Definitely night
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that's night one for sure. They probably throw a ladder in there, but it's like I guess it'd be either Pretty Deadly or Legato.
Right.
Because you could argue both of them deserve it, but Pretty Deadly's been more in the storyline
Right.
just because of
Pretty
the
much everybody
stuff
that
with
got attacked
DIY.
last night. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be in it. So yeah,
yeah,
DIY Motor City Machine Gun, Street Profits, Pretty Deadly. I feel like that's the four
Yeah.
main ones. Um, so right now we got
What
AJ
is?
Dom, Braun, KO, Sammy, Tag Team Fatal Four Way. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Rhea V, whoever.
Hmm. So that's what, 5?
Yep. Well, no, four.
Okay.
Unless I'm missing one. Did we say?
Shinsuke Shinsuke would be night 2
Yeah.
because
I mean, are they
you're not
going
gonna
back
have.
LA Knight with that? Probably.
I feel
Is he gonna
like
win the
I
belt
feel like
back?
that's got to be multi-man too. Now I'm a little bit more confused after last night, but I feel like maybe now, like I feel like Melo's got to be in that match, and if they haven't really shown him in the last couple of weeks, but with the way that this past 7 8 months has gone, there's no way it shouldn't be a fatal 4-way with Andrade and that motherfucker too.
Right.
But I feel like I don't want to just throw people in the match just to throw them in there, but storyline wise, based off the last since what SummerSlam to now, it would make the most sense to have all 4 of them in it because that those 3 were the guys chasing or like the guys fighting over the belt, and then Shinsuke just came in and was just like, "Thank you," out of nowhere. So it's like, all right,
Right.
the culmination of the story is like one of those two, like it would have to be Andrade or Melo winning at WrestleMania. It just made the most sense. But I don't, I if they go LA Shinsuke, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be that excited for it. I'm not gonna hold
I don't even know what they're doing with Sammy for real. Like,
you. Yeah,
obviously, can't like he's about to have his match with KO, but like, bro, Karrion Cross keeps popping up
yeah.
talking about
When does Randy Orton
Sammy,
come back too? Is the question.
and that's the thing. Like, are they really trying to set up a Sammy Karrion Cross like, and like if Randy comes back during this, Randy
Yeah,
KO at
Randy
Mania?
Kevin Owens, which I wouldn't hate, but like Karen Cross gotta win that, right?
I mean, in theoretics, yes, but if we're gonna take that character serious about what he's actually talking about, we're gonna have to. Because I
Yeah,
mean, he really hasn't been in a match, bro. He had a long feud with the Wyatt Six. They were in like one match,
yeah,
hella
yeah.
segments, but one
And then they
match,
just moved him to a whole different show, and then he lost his tag team
right?
and the
And
second
then
manager.
like he was in Woods' ear, Xavier Woods' ear. I mean, that didn't really lead anywhere. I mean, they ended up turning heel, but it didn't
Hmm.
really lead anywhere for him.
Yeah,
So I mean, bro, yes. I mean, we got to see him in the ring, bro. Like I mean, we clearly. I mean, you've
yeah,
heard me say I believe in the character now, but
hmm,
I don't ever see him in the ring. So
yeah, yeah. I agree.
I don't know. I guess maybe this is still
Because like
premature to make.
Randy and Cody was also like something that we could have seen, and that ain't even been like looked at as a possibility
Right.
over the last. I mean, when did Kevin Owens attack? He attacked him before the first Saturday night's main event, which was in November. Was that for Survivor Series or after? Trying to think of
Before
what Cody. I don't think Cody was on Survivor
Cody wasn't
Series,
on Survivor Series, so it had to be.
so it was
No, it might
before,
have been after the week after, 1 week after.
which is crazy. Well, they got Coke acting like he just Jesus around this one, bro. He coming out and just terrorizing their whole group weekly, and I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand.
Let me see. All right. Yeah, this is what we want to see, man. This is what we want to see. If we getting all these options, I would still rather have KO and Sammy at Mania. Still,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
getting personal at this point, bro. Like KO outside, bro, crib.
Outside his house is crazy. I was dying
Somebody
laughing because I thought the same thing when people was like, "Now he definitely went in there and had dinner with them right
that
after."
had me cry laughing, bro. I was like, yeah,
Because
he
I was
probably
like,
did.
because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, "Damn, he at that bro house," and I was like, "Man, he was there chilling before he went outside into that video."
On me, he was chilling.
I was like, he
On
had to
me,
tell his family to get out the frame. He's like, "Hey, y'all go sit over there so that they can't see y'all." Like, man, pan around the house. How
see
many
if he
people in
really
that
is that
house?
aesthetic. See if you
How
can
many
get
people in
it.
that house?
It's a lot. There was a lot of people at that house. Let me go ahead and throw Jay and Gunther on here because I already know they're gonna be on night one,
Yeah,
bro. There's no way they're not. Unless they have enough confidence for them to close night two, that would be crazy. But once again,
yeah,
I doubt
that'd be
it.
kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't think they're going to, especially
That's
if
five.
Roman's gonna be on the card at all.
That's five. How many do we usually have? Six.
Let's see. Let me go look at last year's. So I feel like it was 7 or 8 last year. Last year was 40 card. They had a total of 14, so I think it's 7 and 7 each night. 7 matches on night one, 7 matches on night two last year. And 39 had all right. 39 had 15 matches. 8 on night 1, 7 on night 2.
Oh no.
So there's 14 to 15, depending on the show. Like, is there a women's tag team championship match? Like, just Liv and Raquel end up getting the belts, and now they have a match with somebody or people. Who would their match be
I mean,
with?
we
Is the
automatically
question.
assume Liv and Raquel is gonna have something, bro. They're a tag team at this
Yeah.
point. So
38 has 16 matches. So I don't know if we're going down each year because it was 16, 15, but it's been different. Like night one had 8 1 year, night two had
right.
9 1 year. So I think it just depends. But if it's Raquel and Liv, who I guess Io and Kyrie makes the most sense if Kyrie's healthy enough to go.
Right.
Because I can't think of any other tag team unless you go Last Legend and Jakara Jackson. I would have said potentially Roxanne and Cora, but they've had them like go at each other the past couple of weeks, so that wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Uh, I don't want to see Perfect and Collective in a
I
one-on-one
mean,
tag
maybe
team
we
match.
maybe we can just type women's tag team,
Yeah, and then
women's
go
tag
from
title
there.
match.
But you also have to have. I would assume you have to have mid card titles too. Like Lyra has to have a match, and
Okay, maybe
uh,
they would have one on night one
Chelsea.
and night two.
Yeah, let's say one on each.
So I feel like Lyra will have to go on the first one, and Chelsea will go on the second one.
That makes sense.
Because I feel like Chelsea's more of a resonated name. I mean, I ain't gonna say more resonated name, but
Hmm
I feel like
I feel like if you go Tiffany night two, you would also want to go Lyra night two.
right.
That's like a all right. This is the future of the women's division type night.
That ain't gonna work, bro. That ain't gonna work.
Wow. You get to stand so picky. Mama.
Right, come on, man.
Mama. Look at this.
I mean, you gotta ask something on.
All right, man. Watch out. Just grab them, please. Thank you. Let me see that. I'll get you after.
Just let him finish.
Yeah. Lord knows. Yeah, y'all. Long story short, don't have kids. That ain't even my kid. But I lost my train of thought. What was we on?
We was talking about Lyra. If you put her on night two with Tiffany, you
Yeah.
could look at it as like the future of the women's
That's
division
tough.
type thing.
I wish I knew what actually went into it. Like
Yeah.
what makes them make this out night one and night two. I just always
hmm
feel like it maybe
Which one do they feel like people watch more?
that's what I'm saying. I feel like the Chelsea Meet Chin story, like maybe more people are hip on,
hmm
but then
Do
again,
they
I mean,
go
I feel
multi
like
women for those?
I hope not, man. How many like this is exactly what the women don't want. They literally just
That's what
said
I'm
they
saying.
don't want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do they do that? in spite of them saying they don't want to do that. Because I
Nah.
feel like at this point, Roxanne has to be on. It'll be hard to keep her off at this point because they put her on. Like, do we get a Roxanne Bailey at WrestleMania, or do they do that at like Standing and Deliver?
I mean, if y'all really want to be ballsy, bro, just have her win the chamber.
Hey, I'm not complaining. Hey, she win the chamber. I'm getting like 3 Roxanne shirts
I'm just saying though. I mean,
that
okay,
night.
so who's all in the chamber? Naomi,
It's
Bianca.
Naomi, Bianca,
They already about to be in
Liv,
the story.
Raquel, not Liv, Roxanne, Bailey, and who's the sixth? It's Bianca, Naomi, Liv, Roxanne, Bailey. Nia's not in it. She's in the tag team match. Who's the sixth? It's not Io, not Kyrie.
I'm trying to think of all the
Who else
matches,
is
the
sixth?
qualifiers.
I'm trying to think of on different shows who it could be. It's not Meechin. It's not Piper Niven. It's not Tiffany. She's the champion. It's not Charlotte. It's not Nia Jax. It's not Candice LeRae. It's not Io. It's not Kyrie. It's not Dakota. It's not Shayna
Oh, it's
Baszler.
Alexa Bliss.
I forgot all about her because she didn't have a match, did she?
She did. It was. You remember whatever I said. You remember whatever I said. They were all standing in the ring, and then she was just in there in the ring, and her match
Oh
started. That
yeah,
was
I
her
forgot
chamber
all
qualifier,
about.
and I
Who
was
the
like,
fuck
bro,
did
they
she
don't
even
care.
wrestle?
Candice.
That's why I don't remember that shit. Respectfully, like, but that's more so because of the segment. I feel like I'd have
Right. The
remembered it
segment was they
if
were
they didn't
all
have
in the
that
ring
whole
together.
segment and then her just pop up.
I mean, yeah, bro, that's
It's
my choice.
crazy.
I feel like it's either Roxanne or Alexa Bliss is gonna win this.
I'm not mad at either.
And then I
Honestly,
feel
Rhea
like
and
if you're gonna
Roxanne would
tell the
slap.
story,
Rhea and Alexa would slap too.
that's I mean,
I
Alexa
mean, really, the
Alexa
way to
would
go
be a
was
slap.
probably Rhea and Io. I don't know why they didn't go that route, to be honest with you. But
That
maybe
was
they
the
just
route.
aren't ready.
But like now that
Maybe
I
they're
look
just
at it,
not ready to
it's
pull the
like
trigger.
you're not gonna run it with Bailey. I feel like you're
No,
not gonna do
absolutely
it.
not. Respectable.
Bianca and Naomi are already in a storyline. Liv, you already pretty much
Hmm.
locked her into a tag team.
Yeah,
I feel like I said, bro, it's either Roxanne or Alexa Bliss, and it's like Alexa Bliss just got to SmackDown. Y'all already teasing her in the Wyatt Six, so I feel like she's kind of already mingled in a story a little bit. So it's like,
yeah,
in my eyes, if you want to continue to progress somebody,
yeah.
and you was already on Monday. They were saying they going, she's a rookie, she's cute little Roxanne.
Hmm.
Have her win the chamber.
Yeah,
It won't be a big deal if she loses to Rhea. It won't.
yeah. It definitely won't because they're both young. It's her first PLE or second PLE match to that
Right.
point. But this is really just putting her on, and it's really just giving her the opportunity to show that she can wrestle with the top at the top.
Right. Just give her a
Like,
Linsanity run, bro. It's fine. I promise you, more Linsanity runs are fine, bro. Like Braun Breaker on a Linsanity run, low
yeah,
key, and then look how
yeah,
it's working out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
wish Melo would have got the same treatment, respectfully, but we see how it is. But
It's all good.
that's how I feel. I feel like Roxanne,
Yeah, I'm not
you
mad
really
at
feel
that.
like you can't leave her off the card. You have to. I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta let her win,
Does
bro. Because there's
does
no
the
other way
Wyatt
she can
Six have
get in.
anything for WrestleMania?
No,
So like, how does
bro.
their
I
story
haven't seen them
progress
in
at all?
weeks,
Yeah,
like weeks and
we haven't seen
weeks.
them in months.
Yeah, months. Yeah.
We haven't seen them since I want to say before the Raw Netflix debut,
The last time I saw them was whenever they were in the ring with the Miz and Karrion Cross, like for
and
real,
that was months. That
months
was
ago.
way before uh Royal Rumble. Might have been se- around the second Saturday Night Main Event, but it was probably before then because they got traded to SmackDown like before
During
Royal
that,
Rumble
during the transfer
transfer window. So it's
transfer
like,
deal.
when did I don't even know because I don't know. They've been on SmackDown for a minute and haven't popped up once.
All right.
Like, maybe they wait until after WrestleMania to like really pop up. I have no clue honestly because they did Alexa's like little promo last night and it was about like the White Six and stuff. So maybe they start getting into that bag. I couldn't tell you to be honest. They started out so hot. They made it look like they killed people.
Right. I mean,
and
one of the
then
greatest
just
debuts I've ever seen in wrestling
tailed
in
off.
general. And
Literally. But they did that with Bray. Like they would start out having Bray have like this crazy moment, and then it would just tail off, and they would fall off from what they were trying to do with him.
right,
But I was more hopeful because I'm like, all right, this group is honoring him, and we ain't seen him really get to do nothing yet. So
right,
I
maybe,
don't know, man.
maybe we'll see. I mean,
But
that's
WrestleMania is such a big show, and there's just not enough. Like there's too much talent for like so much people to not be on the show.
right.
And like you said, like people already said they don't want to be in just random throwaway multi-man matches and multi-woman matches, but that's really the way to get everybody on TV, like on the WrestleMania card. And you don't want to work all year and be like, oh, I'm too good to be in this multi-man match. Like, shit, go out there and put on a show and force them to put you in shit. And if they don't, go somewhere else and force them to do it.
Right. You're not wrong,
That's
bro.
really all I can tell you.
That's it. I feel like that's all we really could say. Like, we got an intercontinental triple threat, maybe fatal four way, KO, Sammy, maybe tag team fatal four way, maybe Rhea versus whoever. Personally, I think the most sense it makes is Roxanne. If you're gonna go that way, if you go the Alexa Bliss way, maybe the Y6 gets in her head during the match and maybe she loses
Mm,
that way. Who knows? They might go that way. But I feel like you can tell that story without having her in a championship match.
hmm
I feel like you can use this to further elevate a young star. Pretty much what you just did a year ago or 2 years ago. 2 years ago in Hollywood when you had Charlotte and Rhea do they bang bang. I mean, it was a passing, not passing the torch, but you got the most over woman in the company.
hmm
You have a prodigy, and
Basically handed the ball over.
yes, like it's the future, bro. The future meets the future.
hmm
Like Rhea, she's
Yeah,
gonna be here for a while. Roxanne's gonna be here for a while. This is the this is a callback that we're gonna
yeah,
see probably for years to come. It'd be cool to have it now rather than later.
I agree.
Um, we also have obviously Jay Gunther. I mean that was the
hmm
first match made in WrestleMania in
Yeah,
general. Maybe a mid card title, maybe. But I mean that's what we're feeling. I feel like
yeah. I feel like you have to have all the women's titles on the line.
right.
It's over two shows. You can't have one of the titles not make the show. I just feel like that's just, especially with the way they said they've been feeling, that's just incredibly disrespectful at that point.
Yeah. We yeah, we came, we saw, we conquered this episode. I feel like we had a lot to talk
Mhm.
about. We're gonna have a lot to talk about from here on out. I mean, Mania season is upon us. Um, we'll probably have more AEW stuff to talk about. I mean, honestly, I feel like once Darby Allin comes back, everything will kick up full head of steam.
Yeah,
Um,
if he comes back,
if
knock
he
on wood, but like
prayers, yeah, prayers for my young boy
literally
comes
though,
back.
like that shit is actually like terrifying, honestly.
But I mean, yeah, man, the wrestling space has been better than ever. We've been better than ever. Hopefully, we'll have more. We'll have more updates, bro. Because we're confused. If you're confused at home, don't be ashamed. Because we're confused here. It's kind of even hard to make a show at this point because I mean, we just had to tell y'all what we
Honestly,
not feeling because we couldn't give
yeah,
y'all a recap because we literally don't know what's going on for real.
yeah.
But shout out to everybody.
Hopefully, the Elimination Chamber answers all those questions.
Yeah, yeah, we'll wait to the chamber. We'll be here for the chamber. I think March 1st. I should
Yeah,
be
March
around.
1st.
I should be around. Um,
So I will
we'll,
be at the crib. So
yeah, we'll keep y'all updated. But Restless Wrestling should be here. Live show, y'all know what it is. And yeah,
you
Reese,
know what
anything
time
to
it
say
is.
to the people?
Nah, Roxanne the Prodigy. That's all I got to say.
Uh, uh. Yeet.
Oh, shout out Tony Storm too, new champ once again.
On a roll up
Yeah,
though, I seen people
I
was
liked it.
hating.
I loved it.
I
No,
seen people was hating on
no,
the
they got to
roll
know
up.
the story. If you don't know the story, shut your mouth. Her whole rookie storyline that she only won via roll ups. So it's like she gained experience winning via roll ups. Like every time. she won as the rookie character with a roll up. They're like, oh, she perfected the roll up so well that she won the championship doing it. And it also, I, I do hate how often AEW does roll ups, but I feel like in that instance it makes sense because it keeps Mariah May looking strong enough for them to get to their third match. Because we know there's going to be a third match. There may be even more just because of how good this feud is. And honestly, if I'm Tony Khan, I'm milking this shit for as long as I can.
Right. Shout
I
out
might
to
switch the belts back and forth 2 more times.
I mean, you might as
Make
well.
Tony a 5-time champion and get that shit back to Mariah May again. Make her a 3-time champion. Fuck it.
Shout out to Mercedes. I seen her.
Exactly.
I saw Mercedes getting booed out of the building in Australia. I said, "Shorty is
Sure
doing her
was.
job."
But Harley Cameron is also from Australia, so that also played a part.
Makes sense. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So they kind of threw that softball. Like, yeah, this gonna get you booed for sure.
Right. Shout out to Mercedes. Look fabulous.
Fucking OC finally back. I ain't seen Orange Cassidy in a minute. Golly.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all boys.
We ain't seen Jack Perry. Shit.
It's been real. It's been
Oh
fun.
my God, I'm turning this shit
Been
off.
real fun, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. No yeet from him. Y'all know me though. Hold up.
Let me hear you say yeet.
We out, y'all. We'll catch y'all in the next one. This is my favorite, man. We gotta run that. Alright, y'all. We'll catch y'all next week. Off real. And he don't even say he love solo